What is up, guys? It is the Coconut Master here, and today this marks the first episode of my Final Cut Pro training series. I'm using Final Cut Pro 10. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but I really don't care. It's a great program, and it works. So, let's open up the program, and it does open relatively quickly as long as you're not using any other programs. I am using ScreenFlow, as you can see right here. So it may be a little slower than usual, and I don't necessarily have the best computer in the world. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna block those out in my final project. But anyway, to get started, or if this is your first time opening the program, you'll have one event, and you'll have absolutely no projects. So you'll see the difference between iMovie and Final Cut is that you can organize your projects into separate folders. Now I have YouTube, which is what this is going in, the Writer Review, which is my school's show, and then I have other projects, which is just my personal stuff, like school projects and all that aren't for my school's show. So here I've got all my commentaries and all that, most of them. I'm going to click on YouTube, and I'm going to hit New Project. So normally you're going to want to have a new event, so that it doesn't make the default event one of these, but it shouldn't matter. So I'm just going to say New Project. Now you can use automatic settings or custom settings. Now the custom settings allow you to do all of these. You can change your resolution, frame rate, and then for audio and render properties you can use a default render format, audio sample rate, and then audio channels. So we're just gonna click OK here, and we're gonna import a random file. I'm going to import this one. This is actually a really fun project to work on. I didn't personally edit it. I'm going to take my favorite part. That's me when I was little on the left. But anyway, take my favorite part of it. And the great thing about Final Cut is that you don't have to drag it down. You can press E, or you can press this, and it will put it at the end of the storyline. So say I wanted to put it there again, or I wanted to overlay it. That didn't work. Yeah, that one. So yeah, that one just puts it in the middle. So yeah, say I wanted to do that. I'm actually just going to delete all. So let's get that in here. And what you'll originally see is just a project. Alright, I didn't get the full clip in there. It's sad, but you can get the gist of it. So now, I'm just going to get a little color in there. So let's highlight this. I don't know what he did with the saturation, but he did something. So you'll see here, this is our Effects tab. And this is just a brief overview, guys. I'm not actually going into detail on anything, but this has video effects, audio effects, and all that. You can get free effects off the internet, and maybe in a later episode I'll leave websites that give you those. But today I'm just going to show you some basic effects and some of my favorites. This is Combat. Basically what it is a color correction. And if you go over here into your inspector, you can lower the amount. It's like up there. It's good in my opinion. And you can do the color cast. I like it a little blue. Gives it more of a warty feel. And then the text scan. You can see how my neck right there is just kind of changing colors. So I'm going to leave that at about here. Gives it a good color. And then shadows. Now, you really just want to leave this, but you can lower it to give it a better effect. So, yeah, let's do another effect. Let's get that out, press E, get that back in there. Now, these are actually some that I have downloaded. Basic Noir is, it just makes it black and white. I'll click on it and I'll deactivate the effect. 50s TV. So what you'll see from this one is that it's not only black and white, but it's a little grainy. It's mostly just black and white though. And then Bleach Bypass is actually one that's used quite a bit in the industry, but I will show you in a later episode how to get the natural Bleach Bypass, because this isn't very good. It's just kind of, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to give you just a few more things. What you can do in here is color. You can turn that off. You can turn that on. Actually turn that off. The transform, I don't know what that does because I don't use it. But crop, I use that quite a bit. Distort, I use it occasionally. Stabilization, it really doesn't do anything. It says it smooths it out, but all it really does is analyze it and tell you what parts are shaky, and it'll organize it for you in here. It'll say earthquake or something like that. Now, rolling shutter, analyzing for dominant motion. I'm going to turn that off. Speed up my render. And then compositing. This is one that you'll have to look for quite a bit. This is actually a neat color correction tip. It works pretty well. I got it from Final Cut King. So we're just going to overlay, bring it to the front, and then go down to compositing, overlay, and then put it over, and you'll see it has a little more saturation, but it's also got a little bit of a bleach bypass to it, sort of. So then we'll go up, and in our color corrections tab, we'll hit correction 1, and we'll show correction. Now, this is our color. We can go all around, make it blue, green, anything like that, but I'm not going to touch that right now. What you want to do is you want to go to the exposure tab, and usually you want to lower the darks, give them a little more texture, and then raise the mids. And then to balance that out, I'll lower the whites a little bit, and you'll get a natural color to it. I don't really like that. That was just a brief example. I didn't take time on that at all, and it looks really terrible. But here's our saturation. We have the all, and that'll bring it into kind of this combat mode. Oh, and that's what I forgot to do for the color correction. That's why it looked crappy. It still does. I just didn't take my time on it. But oh well. Use the saturation. And yeah. So that just about wraps it up for our opening Final Cut Pro Tips series. I'm going to get this into Final Cut. I'm going to get this uploaded for you. And I will see you next Sunday for episode 2 of the Final Cut Pro training series by the Coconut Master.